everyone, Jessica here from Stitching Colours. Welcome back to any of my previous viewers and welcome to any new viewers. Today I am here on the 31st of August to give you an update on what I have been working on over the last 2 weeks. It's been a busy couple of weeks, particularly this last week, in that I've had 3 days out of the 7 that I didn't even stitch just because work was that chaotic. So we had management down visiting for the first time since I don't know when. Our manager came down and we've seen him in April when my current trainee started. That was the last time we saw him. And our general manager visited as well, who hasn't been down in probably a year or more. So it was good to see them, but also, you know, I couldn't really say no when they said we're going out for a meal. But that's alright. So, and it just meant things were pretty busy and chaotic, and yeah, this last week we had about 17 hours of driving total across 3 days. So that really took it out of me, and stitching did not really hugely happen, but it's just one of those things. Yesterday here in New Zealand was Daffodil Day, which is all about raising awareness for cancer. And they say the numbers in New Zealand, they say 1 in 3 people are affected by cancer in some form, whether directly or indirectly affected. So you'll see the piece I worked on later on for that. But moving on, let's get on with the stitching. So these are in no particular order, they're just what I pulled out of my pile of stitching. So there are 9 different pieces and I got a total of 13,450 stitches, which was really exciting considering there was 3 days where I didn't do a single stitch. Those days I was normally in bed asleep by about 7:30ish, if not earlier. So I had every good intention of going, I'll just lie down, rest my eyes for 20 minutes and then I will be up stitching. Yep, nope, did not happen. But that's okay. So the first piece I have to show you is the Halloween Village Afghan. So this is the Stony Creek piece that I'm stitching on 28 count 2/2 using CXC threads and the called for specialty threads. So this one got 1446 stitches. So you should be seeing where you saw it last time, and you should have already seen what it will look like in the end. I'm just getting some threads out of the way. Yeah. So here is where my Afghan currently is sitting at. So I'm really happy with the progress on this one. I am nearly finished that page. I've got a few little things still to do on it. So you'll see, this is where the page is currently looking at. The page starts about here-ish. So I've got some little back stitching vines and little flowers to do. And also I've got to finish filling in around where the spider's web is. It's got to get filled in orange as well. So that is all that's left on this page, and then page wise I'll be at the halfway point. Stitching Addicted has already completed this page. Yeah, you will probably see that in her last update that she did and uploaded a couple of days ago, and hers is looking amazing. So this one had 1446 stitches and I really enjoyed it. I just got to a point that evening, the second evening I worked on it, that I was going, I just need to go to bed. So yeah, I wish I'd gotten it just finished, but not quite. I had every intention of going back to it, but my schedule kind of got worked awry by everything else that happened. So that's alright. Next time it'll get some more progress on it. Okay, so the next piece I have is Deep Ocean. So this is the selector size version of Deep Ocean, which is a Heaven and Earth Designs piece based on the artwork by Milos Karanovic, and this is it's going to be a really fun stitch later on. At the moment it's in the area of I don't feel like I've gotten anywhere with it. Unfortunately, it's all been 3 or 4 colours so far. Hi Lena. And they're all very dark shades that aren't all that exciting. But I am nearly at the bottom of the first page, so I am getting somewhere, but there's still going to be a lot of navy and things like that until I get a lot more stitching in. So this one got 620 stitches on it this time, and you should have already seen where you saw it last time. And here is where it's at now. Again, it does not come up very well on camera. It just looks like a big chunk of blue stitching. So down here is the bottom of the first page. So that's exciting, but again, it's just navy with a few stitches of black in there, here and there. And apparently a fair bit of cat hair. It really shows up in this light. I'm not sure if it shows up on camera. Probably, yeah. In a few areas it does. So, yeah. Fun times. Okay. The next piece I have is Searching for God. So this is a stony, no it's not, it's a Gecko Rouge chart based on the artwork by Jonas Jodike. So this actually got quite a bit of stitching, and I'm getting close to the point where I'm going to have to make a decision of how I'm going to proceed with the piece. So it's really cool. I'm really starting to see some really cool areas in it. So this one got 2,242 stitches. So that's some really good progress. I'm really happy with it. And this one is stitched on 25 count 1/1, and completely forgot to mention, but Deep Ocean is stitched on 28 count 1/1. So this Searching for God is stitched with the kit threads and fabric that I got from Gecko Rouge. I believe I purchased the 2/1 kit, but I'm stitching 1/1. I didn't want to have any chance of running out of threads. So I'm going to have a fair bit of extra at the end, but that'll be good. So this one got 2,242 stitches on it, and you should have already seen where you saw it last time. But here is where it's at now. So you're really starting to see these trees, and they're really starting to actually look like trees now, which is really cool. So I've kind of come up with a plan for this one now, a bit more than I had originally, because I did the first 2 pages and then went, oh, I'm going to do the pages below it because it'll give it a bit more dimension. This piece in particular is very much a flowing vertical chart because of the trees, so they go pretty much right to the bottom of the piece, which I've not gotten to yet. So I have decided I'm going to finish off these 2 pages, well, this last page here, so that'll mean I'll have 4 pages here, and then I'm going to work my way right down in the kind of columns that I've been doing on it, just dependent on the shape of the specific tree. So that is what I've worked out I'm going to do with this one, and it'll make it a lot easier to work with. Unlike a lot of pieces, it's not working its way across. It's very much a vertical design because of the trees. Everything just, the colors just flow when you go stitch it down as opposed to across. So that is my plan for that one, and I'm really happy with the progress it's gotten, and the fact that the trees are starting to really look like trees and not just blobs of brown with a few green bits in between. So that's really cool. Okay, my next one is a pain-free crafts piece, and this is a retired piece based on the artwork by Anne Stokes, and it is called Little Helpers. This was stitched or started with the kit threads and fabric that I got from Pain-Free Crafts, and it's on 25 count stitched 1/1. I imagine I've probably purchased the 25 count 2/1 threads, much like I did for the Gecko Rouge one. Little Helpers has had 811 stitches on it, which is really cool. I really wanted to get the last page on that top row all finished, and that is what I did, and then I went back and filled in more of this bauble. So hang on, let me just do this. You can see that top row of pages now and the dragon, and it's looking really awesome. And then just a little bit more of that bauble in the pink over here is filled in. So that's really cool. I'm loving how this one's coming along now, and I feel like I've gotten some really good progress on it this year, which is really awesome, especially as it hasn't been a major focus this year. So it's really good that it's really starting to actually come along and come together. So yeah. Okay, the next piece I have is quite a big one. This is my supersize Winter Wonderland, and this one again has gotten a fair bit of progress now on it, well, from this last work on it, and I'm starting to feel a lot happier about it. This one had 1962 stitches on it, so it really started to feel like it came together a lot from it. I was about ready to pull the fabric up and show you, and Luna walked right across the edge of the fabric. Didn't you, little missy? Hey? Are you gonna come show? No, you're just gonna lie and roll on the floor. Okay. So here is where it's at now. So let me see if I can. So this one is worked on. She's going to enjoy the sunshine. This is one is worked on. Hang on. I'm trying to get it. To not fold over like that because there's a lot of fabric here. Here we go. So this one is stitched on 25 count 1/1 using CXC threads, and it is coming together really well. I filled in quite a bit up here, and this is the area I was working in. It's just got a lot more to fill in to get that gap, but I think I've decided more what I'm going to work on, how I'm going to do this one, so hopefully it'll start to get a bit more progress and again won't be left to be as neglected as it has been in the past. It is a very big piece, so I do need to work on it more than I have been to actually get some good progress on it. Otherwise it's going to never be finished or at least never get to any exciting parts of it. So yeah. The next one I have is another Gecko Rouge one. This is Harry Potter, based on the artwork by Jenny Parks, and this one again is stitched on 25 count 1/1, and I'm loving this piece, but it was just left to sit in its bag for a while, more than it should have. And this one got 2046 stitches on it, so I was really happy to see some good progress on it. So you should have already seen where you saw it last time, but here is where it's at now. So I've almost finished this page with the cat on it, and or the first half of the cat's head. So up here is where the other ear is, and I'm really excited to get some more progress on it. This was again one that I had forgotten how much I loved working on it. It's just hasn't been a priority, I guess, in compared to some of the others, but that's okay. So I now have the Haid sale for 2024. This one got 1082 stitches on it. I've worked out that if I do about 1,000 stitches on it a month or so, I will probably I'll get to the goal of having the 4 pages done for the end of the year, and that means I can get the other 9 patterns without feeling like a huge rush right at the end. So here is where I've gotten to it. You should have already seen where you saw it last time. This one is stitched 25 count 1/1, and you'll notice that I finished this little section over here and I've started down here. So this section right over here at the far end doesn't count towards the 4 pages I need. So I've got 1, 2 and 3 which are on this top row. 4 does not count, so now I am working on page 5. So I did cut a little bit off the edge of 4, so it doesn't really matter, but yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this one comes along. So down here we've got a leaf kind of that goes right down to, I think, the bottom. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And yeah, so it'll come out probably once or twice a month, and I will just get 1,000 stitches on it, and then it'll mean I won't be rushing right at the end trying to get the last of those stitches that I needed to do the to get the other pieces. So that was the Fairy Tales one, which is based on the artwork by Cairo Maraschetti, and yeah, the fox it is, as many of us call it. Okay, the next one I've got is a Pain-Free Crafts one, and then I've got one other to show you. So this is Blackbeard, which you have seen come out a little bit recently, and it has now gotten to the 5,000 stitches that it needed to get to. I don't have that many pieces left that haven't gotten to 5,000 stitches on them, so I'm going to prioritize those ones that haven't, and then I will restart my 5,000 stitches on all of them and just see how I go. Some of them have already got well and truly more than 5,000 stitches on them, or more than 10,000 stitches as it will be. Things like the Halloween Village Afghan and things like that, and I think Wizard Septimus and Lackadaisy Card Shark, they all have well and truly more than the 10,000, but that's alright. So this one has come out a few times recently, and this one has now gotten another 1,910 stitches on it, and it's actually really exciting the point that it's getting to. So it's still got a bit more filling in to do on this page, but here is where it's at now. It's not really showing up all that well on camera, but this is based on the artwork by Adrian Chesterman, and here is where the exciting bit is. So this is the sail for one of the pirate ships that's over this end, and then there's a person standing up on here where there's a little kind of cage area. I guess he's manning the ropes because of this guy that's in the air that's connected to this pirate ship. So it's really exciting. I've got a bit more to fill in on the sail here, and a bit more confetti to fill in on this area as well. So I can't wait to come back to that one and see it come together that little bit more. It's exciting. Hi, Lance. Here she is. Hey. What's up? She's all warm because she's been lying in the sun. We're nearly at spring, technically. Although, to be fair, the Monday after I did my last video, we did have snow falling. So, it's one of those weird things that we get down here. Okay, I've got one last piece to show you. And there's a bit of a story behind this one. So this is the Sunflower Cottage, the mini Sunflower Cottage Heaven and Earth Designs chart based on the artwork by Donna Gelsinger. I switched the bag that this one was in March before I went to the cross stitch retreat in Christchurch. I thought I'd get Luna again, but she just wanted to walk and tease me. And she is about to be moving the tripod, I think. Okay, so This one got the bag switched in March before I went to the retreat. And I put it away and went, I know this is in a rainbow bag. It was not. It was in a baby animal's bag. Anyway, so I went to the retreat and then came back and have tried to work on it a few times and gone, I don't know where this piece is. I've lost it. Yeah, no, I was looking in completely the wrong kind of bag. I was like, but it's got to be in this bag. No, it wasn't. So, given that yesterday was Daffodil Day, I wanted to work on yellow. I was going, yellow, daffodils, sounds like a good idea. So, I thought about my pieces and went, okay, I've got two main ones that have got quite a bit of yellow on them. And that is the Autumn Dragon and the Mini Sunflower Cottage. And I've worked on the Autumn Dragon recently. She is teasing me. She's lying just out of arm reach, and she's all sprawled out, asking for a belly rub just about. Of course, she's not. But she's ever so adorable. And cheer. See? She's not. She's teasing me. Anyway, getting back to this, I found the bag that it was in last night because I thought it had just fallen down the side of my storage area and that I just needed to dig it out. No, it just was in a different bag that I remembered that I'd put it in. So I've now switched it so it is in a rainbow bag. Anyway, so I worked on yellow. And this got 1,331 stitches on it. This is Mini Sunflower Cottage, which is stitched 25 count 1/1. And I'm not sure how well it's going to come across in camera, but I finished one of the yellows. So, yeah, it's really not coming across very well in camera. But there's heaps of yellow. And I reached the bottom of the piece with the yellow. So, it was actually really exciting because this is the bottom of the piece and it's not all that clear, so let's do this. Okay, so all around here is where the sunflowers are, and then this is the roof of the little cottage, and it all comes out so much more when I've got this yellow in, even though it doesn't show up very well on camera. So yeah, it's one of those things, but I feel like I stitched heaps of yellow, so yeah. And this one needs to come out a bit more because this is one of the ones that hasn't gotten to the 5,000 stitches because it was missing. So yeah, I have found it now, so it will get a bit more attention. So yeah, I just can't believe that we are nearly in September, so tomorrow will be the 1st of September, and it just about means 4 months left of the year. Yeah, it'll be 4 months left of the year. That is scary. Before we know it, it's going to be Christmas time. Oh well, doesn't the year fly by? And every year seems to fly by even faster. But anyway, I will leave you all to it. I hope you find some time to get some stitching in and that you can enjoy some lovely weather, at least if you're here in New Zealand, or if you're elsewhere in the Northern Hemisphere, that you're enjoying your lovely winter, autumn, wait. You'll be going into summer. No, autumn. So I wish you all well, and I will be back in a couple of weeks. Alright, thank you for watching. Bye.